Ujuru is not like other villages. It sits between big trees and a long, shiny river called River Nta. People from other towns talk about it in quiet voices. Old women say the river was once a goddess, a powerful spirit called Nta. She watched over truth and fairness. Even today, the people of Ujuru still leave kola nuts by the river and bow when they pass. But now, they do it without real love, only because it's tradition. Adaoma is the only daughter of a healer named Uguma, who is now dead. Everyone loves Adaoma. She moved softly. Her laugh sounds sweet, and being near her feels peaceful. She knows the old songs. She takes care of her father's healing plans. When she dances at the river festival, she does it with true heart, not just for show. This year, something strange happens when she dances. It is like a spirit takes over her. The drums shake. The birds stop singing. Everyone watches as she falls on her knees near the river, pressing her hands into the wet ground, speaking in a very old language no one understands anymore. The village priestess says it is a message from the gods. That night, Adaoma walks home alone. She takes a quiet path past the bamboo trees, across a small bridge, near a special rock where lovers leave red clothes to ask the river for children. But in the darkness, bad men wait for her. 3 men, with their faces hidden behind wooden marks that look like old spirits. They grab her. They cover her mouth with hands that smell of wine. They hurt her badly. They take her body and crush her spirit. She no longer believes the village will protect her. When morning comes, Adaoma walks home with no shoes, covered in blood and broken inside. She locks herself in her house. She does not eat. She does not talk. One night, her mother, Amaka, finds her hiding under the shelf where her father kept his herbs. Adaoma is whispering old prayers with a voice full of pain. Crying, Adaoma tells her mother everything. Amaka takes her to the village leaders to ask for justice, but the leaders do not help. They listen, but then they sigh and shake their heads. The men who hurt her? They are the sons of the high chief, the son of the palace guard, and the son of the richest man in town. The elders say, these boys are good boys. Maybe Adaoma is lying. Maybe she tempted them. They blame Adaoma. They say she brought shame to Ujuru. They call her cursed. They ban her from the river festival. People stop talking to her. Children run away when they see her. Adaoma is left all alone. But deep under the River Nta, where the old bones sleep, the goddess wakes up. The river has not forgotten, and Adaoma's tears have been heard. At first, everything was quiet. After Adaoma disappeared, the village became sad and still. Her small home, once filled with herbs and laughter, was now empty. Her mother, Amaka, walked by the river for days, calling Adaoma's name. On the 7th day, people found her lying by the river, holding a piece of Adaoma's torn clothes. She had died. The elders say, let's end it. Let everyone forget. But Ujuru could not forget. One night, some fishermen came back in fear. They said, the river is singing. A woman's voice is crying and calling. Many people laughed at them, but strange things started happening. Nana, the chief's son and one of the men who hurt Adaoma, became very sick. He got thin and pale. In his sleep, he cried, "Forgive me," and woke up choking, like hands were squeezing his throat. The son of the palace guard, started talking to shadows. People saw him shouting at the river and scratching his own skin. One night he screamed, "She's here, she's watching," and then fell down in the shrine, foaming at the mouth. Obieze, the son of a rich man, went out during a storm. The next morning, his canoe was found broken and burned at the river's edge. No one ever saw him again. Fear spread through the village. Parents told their children, "Don't go near the river." Women prayed harder. The river, once full of life, now felt scary. Bubbles at strange times. Frogs stopped singing. Dead crabs washed onto the shore with broken shells. Quietly, people began to whisper, "Adaoma is not dead." At night, by cooking fires, they told stories. They say Adaoma walked by the river in a white cloth, her feet not touching the ground. They say she had become a spirit of River Nta, sent to punish those who hurt the helpless. But the elders, the same men who once ignored her, said, "It's just fear. The river is not a god. This is all just bad luck." Still, at night, the river whispered, and the people who betrayed Adaoma began to have bad dreams, dreams of water flooding their homes, and a woman crying under the river, watching them, waiting, watching, waiting. Many weeks pass, then months, still no rain falls. The River Nta, once full and strong, dries up. Cracks appear in the riverbed. The sky looks heavy, but no rain comes. The crops die. Goats give birth to dead babies. The chickens stop laying eggs. The village becomes full of fear. Then a new man arrives, Father Dike. He is tall with broad shoulders and a loud voice. He is a priest from the city, sent to stop the fear and bring God's light to the village. He wears a white robe and carries a clean Bible. Looks like it has never touched dust. Father Dike wastes no time. He stands in the village square and shouts, "This fear is not from God. You are being fooled by the devil. Leave the river spirits. Come back to God." Some people clap, many do not. The elders welcome him, hoping he can make the people forget about Adaoma. But even Father Dike cannot win. During his first church service, a snake crawls across the altar. His holy water turns dirty and brown. Chickens brought for prayers died before they are even killed. One night, while he was praying near the river, he sees a woman standing in the middle of the water, staring at him with glowing eyes. Then she disappears into the mist. Father Dike blames witches, but many villagers know the real truth, especially the young girls. The girls start whispering to each other. They draw pictures in the sand. They tell small stories in secret. They all dream of Adaoma. Always the same dream. She walks through the river, shining like light. Her clothes wet but floating. Her eyes are sad, but her voice is strong. She says, "The river will not forgive until the truth is washed clean." Then, something shocking happens. One morning, Mama Iberi, the wife of a powerful elder, walks barefoot to the river. She kneels down and cries out, "My son was one of them. I knew. I hid it. Forgive me." 3 days later, her body floats on the river. Her eyes are wide open. Her mouth is full of smoked river stones. The village explodes in fear. Some people say it is justice. Others say it is a curse. The elders are very scared now. They plan a ritual to clean the village, but they will refuse to say the truth. They will not say the word rape. They will not say Adaoma's name. But not everyone is afraid. Amaka, an orphan girl who loved Adaoma like a sister, stands in the market square and shouts, "You all killed her." Amaka begins to search for the truth. She asks questions. She looks into old shrine records. She talks to women and girls who were forced to stay silent. What she finds is terrible. It was not just Adaoma. Many girls were hurt during the river festivals. The elders hid it and called it tradition. Adaoma was the first girl to fight back. That month, a blood moon rises, a rare moon that makes the sky turn deep red. And as the blood moon shines, the river begins to rise again. Not because of rain, but because of anger, because of vengeance. The night of the blood moon, the sky turns red like fresh wounds. The people of Ujuru gather near their huts, looking up, scared. No one sleeps, not after Mama Iberi's death, not when the river hums a strange song by itself. Then suddenly, the River Nta explodes. A loud sound breaks the night, louder and deeper than thunder. Water bursts out, but not like normal rain. It moves like a living being, angry and wild. It crashes into homes. It tears down shrines. It rips up the sacred grounds. Even the great Iruku tree, the pride of the elders, breaks into two like a stick. People scream. Goats and chickens run into the forest. Clay pots break. Mothers hold their children tight as the muddy water swallows everything. In the middle of it all, Amaka stands, wet from head to toe. Her hair flies wide in the wind. She shouts louder than the storm. You lied. You called it culture. You called it sacred. But you were only feeding monsters. She climbs onto the old shrine, now half underwater. She raises her arms to the blood sky and cries, "If Adaoma is still alive in you, River Nta, speak now." The river answers. In the middle of the water, where the moonlight touches, something rises. First, it looks like a mist, then ripples, then it becomes a body, part spirit, part flesh. It is Adaoma, or what is left of her. Water and blood drip from her feet. Her silver-white eyes shine with every crime done in the dark. She does not speak with words. She speaks with pain, with memory, with the rage of the river. The guilty men began to fall. One chokes on the air, his skin breaking open like hoot pots. Another runs into the open, screaming for help, his body twisting like a broken tree. A third falls to the ground, blood pouring from his eyes, crying for a God he never believed in. The wind carries Adaoma's sorrows like a song. You hurt me. You silenced me. But the river saw. The river remembers. Now the river reclaims. The women began to cry, not from fear, but from release. Old wounds open. Voices raised. It happened to me too. They said I was cursed. I was only 13. The river grows calm as the truth pours out. But it's not over. Amaka stands before the council of elders. They are soaked and shaken like children. She shouts, "You called her a liar. You told her to keep quiet. You called it tradition. How many girls did you bury with your silence? Answer." One elder falls to the ground crying. Another tries to run away, but the river wraps around his leg and pulls him under. He is never seen again. Temples fall. Statues sink into the mud. Old totems break. The water finally pulls back slowly, as if its anger is finished. What remains is a broken village, but also a true one. Every house touched, every secret exposed, no more hiding. Amaka stands by the river, shaking but still strong. She whispers, "Let no one ever call silence holy again." The river hums softly. In reply, the storm ends, but Ujuru does not heal. The sun comes back, but its lights feel sharp and angry. It dries the mud, but not the shame, not the memories. The village stands broken, not just in walls and roofs, but deep inside where no one can see. The shrine of the ancestors lies in ruins. The great Iroko tree, once proud for over hundreds of years, lies dead across the village square. The roots twisted up from the ground like hands reaching for help. The chickens no longer crow by the river. The goats cry at shadows no one else can see. And the river? The river is no longer just water. It is now a god, a judge, a grave. The people of Ujuru do not sing anymore. The drummers hide their drums. The dancers stop dancing. Children are told not to laugh near the water. When they ask why, their mothers whisper, because the river might hear. The ones who shouted for Adaoma's silence now have no voices. Some wander the forest, their eyes empty. Some kneel by the river every morning, pouring out drink, begging for mercy that will never come. Even the church Father Dike built stands empty. The bell only rings when the winds blow through it. A sad sound like a ghost trying to remember how to pray. Father Dike, they found him floating in the river weeks later. His arms stretched out like broken cross, his Bible soaked in water. On its pages the ink had washed away except for one line. She walks in water. But Amaka, the girl with fire in her blood, becomes a story herself, but she cannot stay in Ujuru. She lives walking from village to village. Her feet became hard from the road. Her voice grew strong and full of sorrow. In every marketplace, under every moon, she tells Adaoma's story, but she changes the names each time because the truth is not just Ujuru's, it lives everywhere. Some call her mad, some call her cursed, some give her food and run away when she sleeps. But Amaka does not stop. She says, if you silence your daughters, the river will speak. If you hide your sins in the shrine, the spirits will find them. If you forget the pain will not forget you. Years pass. The grass covers broken houses. New trees grow. New children are born. But the old names, Adaoma, Amaka, River Nta, are never spoken again. Fishermen do not fish at night anymore. Mothers tie red clothes around their daughters' waist during full moons. Bedtime stories are no longer told to make children sleep. They are told to make them obey. And sometimes, on nights when the stars are few and the wind is still, the River Nta ripples like something breathing under the surface. If you listen, you will hear not a roar, not a scream, not a sob, but a low, patient laugh. The laugh of a girl who was once wronged, the laugh of a river that never forgets. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe for more.